Yo, it's TheGIBBYNATR. Welcome back to another video on the channel. Today we're going to be having a look at how to increase your KD in Call of Duty World War II. Now, I recently made a video on like the psychology and mindset of a good Call of Duty player. So if you haven't seen that, click the link in the description to that, because that video is really going to help you out with increasing your KD. It's going to get you in the zone and it's going to help you concentrate on the game as much as possible and make you the best player as possible. But anyway, if you don't know what KD means, it simply means how many kills you get per death. So obviously, KD is a good indicator to who is a good player and who isn't. If you have a high KD, it means you're a god. If you have a low KD, it means you're not as much as a god. So in this video, I'm going to be teaching you how you can raise that, get that better, and then be known as a Call of Duty god when you go into games and people see that high KD. So the most obvious way to increase your KD is obviously to get more kills and less deaths. So in this video, I'm going to be telling you some tips to get more kills and less deaths. It is really quite simple to get a high KD. As soon as you get your skill level on point, your KD will just increase exponentially. My KD has just been getting better and better every time I play Call of Duty, which is really good and I'm happy to see. Like in Infinite Warfare, I had a 4 KD. Now in this game, I can hold like a 6 KD and it will just go up every single time I play the game, which is really good. So the tips I use to hold this really high KD is, first of all, if you're playing in a big team, then you want to be playing Capture the Flag. Now, Capture the Flag is a really good mode for increasing your KD because you can hold the enemy flag, and as you get kills, it actually means that you get 200 points per kill. That means that score streaks are going to require half as many kills to acquire. That is so good, because obviously kill streaks count towards your kills. They're going to be increasing your kills and you're not going to be dying, so your KD is going to increase massively. So if you can just hold the flag and use the really good high kill streaks like paratroopers, the bull turret gunner, the bombing runs, all of these really high kill streaks that get a lot of kills, and you're getting them in as half as many kills, you're going to be getting so many kills and very little deaths, which is going to increase your KD massively. Now that is the best way to increase your KD, and obviously for that you need a big team. But what happens if you like to play solo or you don't have anyone to play with that's very good? So what I'd recommend you do is you play TDM. Now playing TDM is good because it's the first game mode on the playlist. So that means that all of the noobs that don't understand what they're doing, they just click on the first thing they see, which is TDM, and they all play that. So you've got a higher chance of finding these people with less skill in TDM than you do all of the other modes. And when you get into these lobbies, these kids, they don't even shoot back. So you're getting easy kills out already, which is going to increase your KD. And you shouldn't be getting as many deaths, because if you die to them, it's just embarrassing. And that shouldn't be happening. But what I'd recommend you do in TDM is still use the big streaks if you think you're a good player and you're playing solo. So I'd use the paratroopers again and like the bombing runs. But if you aren't as good, I would recommend you use the glide bomb and the fighter pilot with the UAV as well, because those score streaks are really low to get, yet they do work. Like you can actually get like 2 to 3 kills every single time you get both of those streaks. So if you're averaging 4 kills per cycle of your score streaks and you're only having to get 7 kills to get those score streaks, that is really clutch, and that is going to increase your KD a lot. Especially if you've only got like around a 1.5 KD, that is going to get your KD up massively. Like you can trust me on that one. I would recommend you do that. Like for anyone that's just starting to get good, they're the score streaks you want to use. But if you've got like a 2.5 KD plus, I would recommend you use the big streaks because you're capable of getting them. Another really helpful tip to help you get these score streaks is to use Ordnance, the basic training. Now that actually is like Hardline from previous Call of Duties, and it decreases the score streaks by 1 kill. So it means that you can get the score streaks and 1 less kill. That is really clutch, because imagine if you die 1 off paratroopers. If you have Ordnance, it means you get those paratroopers, which leads to getting like 5+ more kills. That is going to be so good for your KD, which is really awesome. But getting into the actual playstyle that you want to use when you're in the game, because it's all good talking about score streaks, but if you can't get the score streaks in the first place, then what's the point in talking about that? So the playstyle you want to use is just sticking to the edges of the maps. Now, the edges of the map are like the least populated places. Everyone that plays Call of Duty normally just runs straight to the center of the map, and that's where all of the action at. It is fun to go to the center, but you're going to get loads of deaths. So if you're one of those people that likes to go to the center of the map, be prepared to get so many deaths. So what I recommend you do is stick to the edges of the maps, and then once you get to the far end of the edge of the map, you flank into the spawn, and then once you're in the spawn of the enemies, what you want to do is you just want to cycle around. Now, what I mean by cycling is that you want to move, like you want to stick in the spawn. It's not like camping, and it's not rushing at the same time. You're not sprinting around non-stop, and you're not just sitting in a corner and not moving. It's you want to get kills, and then you want to move, because there are revenge spawns in Call of Duty. Call of Duty is going to spawn people next to you so they can come and kill your ass. So what you want to be doing is just moving. So in the spawn, you want to, say for example, you go into the left of someone's spawn, you kill them all, then you want to move around to the right of the spawn. You want to get to cover, you want to get your health back, you want to kill them there, and then you cycle around again, and you just keep rotating in the spawn, and you just keep it under control. They don't know where you are, and it's a really good tactic to increase your KD. I love doing this, especially in Gridiron. It is a really good tactic, and CTF. Obviously in TDM it's not really possible unless you have like really bad teammates that don't push the spawns, because the spawns will flip in TDM so easily. So that tip is kind of for you Gridiron players, for you capture the flag, and your domination players. But yeah, so that's really going to help you KD out there. And it's just sticking to the edges and flanking into mid, so you come up behind people, because you don't, like, when you're trying to increase your KD, you want to minimize your deaths, and to minimize your deaths you want to minimize the gunfights you're getting. So when you're just shooting kids in the back, the chances of you dying are really low, because unless you get turned on and they're using like really high sensitivities, which bad players in TDM won't do, but in CTF there is a chance of that. But you should be good. As long as you have a relatively good gun skill, you shouldn't be dying when you're flanking kids and shooting them in the back. So that is another really good tip. The next tip I'd recommend you do is using the infantry division. No matter what gun you're using, whether you're using an SMG, assault rifle, LMG, whatever you're using, use infantry. Infantry is the best division in the game, simply because it allows you to use more attachments, and it also allows you to move faster while aiming down sights. Now that is the most clutch thing about infantry, is that you can strafe so fast, and what that means is you are actually a harder target to hit when you're moving side to side. Especially with SMGs, it really messes up the aim assist of your enemies, and they're not going to be able to kill you. Legit, you're going to be untouchable. So that is a really good tip to increase your KD, because that's not, you're going to be getting less deaths when using that. You're going to be outgunning more people, you're going to be getting more kills, and it's so good. Also, it's going to allow you to use extra attachments, so that's an extra foregrip, an extra rapid fire, an extra attachment which is really going to help you win your gunfights, which is really good for increasing your KD. Then other than that, so obviously you want to be using the best guns in the game to increase your KD. So for example, you've got the PPSH, the STG, the BAR, the FG42, the Volk, which just got added, and the Lewis gun. They are like my go-to guns. They are the guns I use a lot to increase my KD. Those guns are they're just overpowered, honestly. Like, you can't be going out there with a WAF trying to outgun people with PPSHs, and you can't engage in gunfights across the map when you're using guns like that. So it is it's like that as well. Like, you have to be very smart with the gunfights that you challenge. Like, you want to be picking your gunfights as wisely as possible. Like, if you are using an SMG, you don't want to be challenging people across the map, because if you think that there's like a slight chance that you're not going to win that gunfight, don't pick it, because if you die, then your KD is going to go down. So just every gunfight you challenge, make sure you think that you know you can win that gunfight, and that's really going to help you out. Then another tip for your playstyle is drop shotting and jump shotting. So clutch to do. You don't see many people doing it, because, like, I mean, you don't need a scuff to do it. You don't need an Xbox One Elite controller to do it. You can use tactical, or you can use stick and move to jump shot. Now those like button layouts are really good. There is a video on my channel about the best settings to use for Call of Duty. But drop shot and jump shot, it just makes you a harder target to hit. So you're going to be dying less, and you're going to be winning more kills. You're going to be outgunning people. So it is a really good tip. And obviously, if someone drop shots you, you want to jump shot, and if someone jump shots you, you want to drop shot. It kind of counteracts it. So just have that in your mind as well. And also, because Call of Duty World War II has such a slow health regen, whenever you get into a gunfight and you get made one hit, you have to make sure you get to cover and get your health back and regenerate it, because in this game, the health regen is so slow, and if you just go around challenging people when you're red screened, you're going to die. It doesn't matter if the kid is disabled, he is still going to absolutely destroy you, because it's just the health regen is messed up in this game. So that's just something you have to think about all the time to increase your KD, is just getting your health back. It is annoying, but yeah, it is what it is. And then the biggest tip that I'd give you that I mentioned in my psychology video is that playing like you only have one life, that is going to help you out so much. You're going to be playing so much smarter, and you're going to be so much more concentrated, because you're going to be feeling like if you die, it's all over. So you're going to be like playing so smartly. You're not going to challenge any stupid gunfights, and yeah, it's just going to really increase your KD. So I did actually talk about that more in my psychology video, so as I said, the link is in the description, go and check it out. But anyway, if you did find this video helpful, be sure to drop a like. If you are new to the channel as well, be sure to subscribe for the best Call of Duty content to make you a good player. It's been TheGIBBYNATR, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace. Don't know what we're doing right now. We're 49 now. I want to get at least a 50 to earn. There we go. 50 kill streak. Teammate, stop blocking the spawns back here, fam. Come on, parachutes, get me like a couple kills before the game ends. That'd be nice as fuck. No! Can I get everything in the chat? We're on a 52 streak. I wanted to get the double. Would have been a double V. Ah, yo, it's a rip. Can we